I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling! I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. Sun's in my heart, and I'm ready for love.
Hey everybody, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carsino, and we want to know,
Have you seen this one?
They changed it. Here we go.
Oh, scary.
Yeah, I know. Scary, right? Okay, so Erin, you sent that message about not being able to find the Zoom link.
Yeah.
Okay, we're recording this on a Monday morning when we usually don't do that.
Right.
I'm like feeding the dogs, doing laundry. Oh shit, we're recording today.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you. It was like at 9:30. I'm like, oh my god, in 30 minutes we're going.
Right.
I totally forgot we were doing this today. Luckily, I do have my notes. I watched the movie a couple times, so I'm good there. But it was like, oh my god, I just totally forgot. So
that's
funny.
happening today.
And so, speaking of the fact that we're recording, welcome to episode 206, everybody. I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carsino.
And our special guest, our one we love having on here, Erin Casteneda.
Erin.
Hey guys. Hey.
Yay.
So happy you're back.
Yeah.
So happy you're back.
Yes.
And not for the last time. I'm,
No.
Of course
definitely not.
Of course not.
Erin, I forgot to ask you, do you have anything that's new that you want to talk about that's been entertaining you? I forgot to ask you beforehand.
Kind of just I just saw the new documentary that came out on Hulu, actually, about the detective or the doctor who helped the FBI with the analysis of the questions to ask serial killers and gaining information on how to basically. Have you ever seen the show that was on Netflix? Oh my god, I'm blanking of everything. It's Monday morning.
I know, right? Girl, I am not prepared at all.
What's
I'm like,
Netflix?
whoa, I'm recording.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Right.
Hi, everybody.
You know the show Mindhunters?
Yes.
that was on
Okay,
the-
yeah.
Okay, so this is a Hulu 3-part documentary that came out on the female who's in that show. It's about the doctor who actually helped the FBI form all these questions and just how she
Interesting.
helped,
Okay.
and she really didn't take any credit or anything like that because she just didn't care. She wanted to help victims and stuff.
She was
So it
just
was very
trying to. She was
interesting.
just trying to help. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it actually
sounds-
just dropped, and it's actually so interesting.
What's the
You would
name of
like
it?
I don't know.
Can you?
I don't know.
I'll look it up.
I don't know.
Folks, by the end of this
Love
show, we might remember. We'll see. We'll just see.
No guarantees.
Mastermind. It's called Mastermind.
Mastermind.
Oh,
to think like a
Mastermind.
killer.
Yes, I have heard of this. I've seen it online. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
cool.
it's 3 parts, and
Okay,
it is
awesome.
so worth it. So that was a really good one.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Well, Keith, what's been entertaining you?
Well, I haven't been really watching too much. There was this one thing that I saw that just came out in 2024, though. It's about one of the most prolific tennis players of all time, Roger Federer. Roger Federer was a dominant tennis player, one of the headliners of his sport for a long time.
Even I know who he is.
Even then you know he's a big household name. Well, this is a really good 88-minute long documentary that follows him along his final 12 days of being a tennis player. And it's a very intimate look at how he spends his time, how others come to his side, and it's very emotional too. You know, he's at the top of his game for, a long time.
He's been in the tennis world forever.
Right. Yeah. He's
definitely
one of the best of all time. And it was really cool to see him in just to see him uncanny and in a way that you can see who he truly is. Everyone who knows him loves him. He's such a well-respected guy.
Everybody who talks about him only says good things.
Right.
Mhm.
They all say the same thing. What a nice guy. He's kind. He's caring. And
He's
also,
genuine,
apparently, he's got a good sense of humor, apparently.
Right. No, he's on. I'm sure he's going to have some influence in the game moving forward, whether it be broadcasting or something.
Probably broadcasting.
I think he's going to end up being a commentator. I really do.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
he's got the look and the sound.
Oh,
absolutely.
He's handsome. He's funny. He's smart. He's perfect for it. Yeah,
he's all of it.
He's all that.
I haven't really watched too much else, but I have been traveling. We went to the mountains here in Peru, and it was just gorgeous.
Yes,
oh my gosh,
so
beautiful! Oh my goodness,
God, talk about envious! Oh my God,
oh my God! I didn't realize that those places exist in this country. It's crazy.
You see pictures like that, but when you see your friends in those pictures, it's like, oh my God,
that place really does exist. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, you see all those like Facebook things and everything like that. Notifications and everything, but when you see your pictures, it's like,
oh well,
that's my friend Keith right there on that mountain.
So the traveling, during our time off in between school years is great.
That's cool.
One exciting thing's happening to me today. The last thing I'll say is my mom, dad, brother, and sister are on their way to Peru right now.
Mandy included
is coming to Mandy Clayton. My mom and dad,
and your mom and dad. I love your mom and dad.
This is the first time we have never been together outside of the United States in our entire lives. And this is tonight. So I'm going to get to show them around Lima and see how we live life, enjoy good food. I'm so excited. We're also excited to have them come visit. It's been 2 years we've been here, and finally it's our first group of family that have come to visit us. So I'm so
how long are they going to be there for?
For 1 exact week, from Monday to Monday.
Keith, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too.
So I got to tell the history. When I first started teaching, I was teaching with this young woman named Mandy Casteneda, who was just down the hall from me, which is Keith's sister, who's now
third grade, Manor Elementary.
At Manor Elementary. We became friends immediately because we found out we both like horror movies, and we were like, oh my God, we just clicked immediately.
That's all you need.
So then she introduces me to this guy, Keith. Friend for life, brother for life. Even though
the rest is history.
Even though I am your parents' age, because I met your parents are friends also.
You're too young to be my parent.
No, dude, your dad and I are the same age.
He's the same age. He's 79. You are not even in your 70s. Yeah.
I thought he was. Oh, see, he doesn't seem that old to me.
He does. He does.
I'm 64, so I was like,
there you go. You see.
Okay. Well, I consider him like a brother also. I'll never forget one day they came to the school to visit your sister, but your sister's room was down the hall from me. And so I'm teaching in class, and I look up, and our classroom doors have big windows, and I look up, and here's this man and woman going like, hi, in the window. There's your mom and dad. It was so cute. Oh my God, you're so sweet.
Surprise.
The whole Carsino family is the best. Let's get over it. They're wonderful.
Thank you. Okay. That's all I have to look forward to. How about you, Jay? What's been entertaining you?
So much.
Let's hear it, man. Throw it at us.
Okay. First of all, some things on Netflix. There's a series called Worst Roommate Ever. And
cool.
Oh my God.
Talk about
crime terror.
That sounds fun.
Oh, Keith, you got to check this shit out.
Good.
Oh my God. Right, Erin?
It's so good.
What kinds of things do these roommates do? Is it just like annoying things, or is
it? No, dude. I'm talking about like killing
annoying.
My gosh!
I'm talking about murder and poison and.
Okay, that would definitely qualify as the worst ever.
Now we're not talking about she leaves dirty dishes on the sink. Okay?
Clipping your toenails right in front of me. Okay,
she leaves the dead bodies.
This is a little more heavy duty than that.
Why does she do that? Okay. Also on Netflix, there is a series called Parasite the Grey, Grey. Parasite spelled Parasyte. I believe it's Korean.
Yeah, I was going to say it's Korean.
Right? I think it's Korean. Y'all, it's a sequel to apparently an anime movie that I've never seen because I'm not a big anime fan, but it's called Parasite the Maxim. This show is nuts. These parasites are taking over human bodies, and so they pair with the body, and the heads disappear, and these weird things come out. The special effects are amazing.
Okay.
It's Keith. I'm telling you, it's really fun. I don't know if Liza would like it.
Not up her alley. Yeah.
I don't think that'd be up her alley, but I think you would like it a lot. Okay.
I love Korean shows. They're so good.
Oh, I know, right?
So good. Alice in Borderland is also another one that's really good.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. I love it.
Okay. Good.
Also on Netflix, on Erin, you got to watch this if you haven't seen it already. It's called Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution. Get it? Outstanding. These comics are out. They're
yes,
queer.
I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Isn't that amazing?
So very interesting.
It is so good. These comics coming out, I cried so many times during this, just of pride. You know what I mean? I'm so proud of y'all being out there and doing this.
And it was so hard during that time
as
well, because it's just being queer was just such a joke in its own
That was a joke in itself then. It was like, oh, really? You're going to talk about that? And then moving to the, and I loved the pride that the current comics, the
following in the footsteps,
the love that they were giving to the people whose shoulders they're standing on. You know what I mean? Nice. They're like, I couldn't be here if it weren't for these people.
These wonderful people.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So then also on there, you can watch a show called Standout, which is from 2022, which is all these comedians just doing their acts. They're just, if that was, and they covered this event in the movie Outstanding 2 years later.
Okay, so that was that event.
That's the big show that when they were all standing on stage together. It's like, so then you get to watch the actual comedian acts that are hilarious. Cool. Okay. Speaking of that, guess who I got to see live on stage 2 nights ago?
Who?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, cool.
Did you go see her?
I saw her live.
How was it?
She was amazing.
Yeah.
Also, she addressed the fact that people tried to make her out as mean. I mean, she just owned up to everything.
Oh,
she was amazing. Okay. Also, her wife came out on stage to say hi, Portia.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
It was like, oh my God, there's Portia Russell. Everybody went crazy.
Cool.
It was really fun. The problem was, in Austin, there are 2 different theaters named Moody. I put the wrong one in the lift thing for my driver.
Oh, no.
So when I got out of the car, luckily I was early enough. It took me 45 minutes to walk to the theater.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you live and you learn, man. At least you made it.
Right.
You didn't miss it.
I'm like, I can't blame this on anybody but me. I put the wrong address in here. Okay, it's my fault. It's like, do I get it right? No, let's just go. I've got time. Let's go. So I was dressed in my cute little Hawaiian shirt and white pants. All. By the time I got there, I was a sweaty mess.
That's too bad.
But she was. I got there just as she was coming on stage. It worked out great. Cool. She was amazingly funny and amazingly honest. It was really cool.
I like her other stand-ups. I think she's going to tape this stand-up as well. I think it's going to be on Netflix
somewhere. She's going to record it. I think that this is, and I think this is her last. She says this is her last tour. I'm doing all the last tours. I'm doing Cyndi Lauper's last tour.
Nice.
Yeah. I did Diana Ross recently. That was wow. God, she still sounds like she's 20.
Still has
That's amazing. She's got that voice. Yeah, it's amazing.
I love Cyndi Lauper.
I'm going to see Pink soon also.
Oh,
that's on my bucket list.
I'm
going to see Pink, baby. I'm going to see her. I want to
see her. Hear all about it. That's awesome. Oh, fantastic.
Okay, so what else am I missing? 2 movies. One, Kinds of Kindness. Have you heard of this?
So what is that one about?
Okay, Yorgos Lanthimos, who is the director, he did Poor Things with Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're both in this movie also. Y'all, this movie is basically 3 movies just put together. 3 totally different stories, all the same actors playing very different characters in all of them.
But do they the stories all intertwine?
No. The stories do not have anything to do with each other. They're all
it's like a trilogy, but all just.
It's like an anthology. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley, who I adore. That's what's her name's daughter? Sex, Lies, and Videotape. What was her name? I can't think of her name right now, but she's a famous actress's daughter. Anyway, Margaret Qualley was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She played the main cult member.
Oh, she was She was the girl on Maid, MAID. I had watched it like 2 years ago.
Yes,
She's great. Yeah.
Andy McDowell. Andy McDowell is her mother.
Okay.
That's her mother.
Really?
Yeah, and she was also in a movie recently called Drive Away Dolls that was hilarious.
Oh, that was funny.
Did you see it, Erin?
Yeah, I just
Isn't
saw
it
it
great?
actually. This
Okay,
past
that's
weekend.
one of the
I
funniest
loved it.
lesbian comedies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, and
They
that
were-
one in Cajillionaire. I don't know if
Yes,
you've seen that
yes,
one.
oh my God.
I love that one. That one was really cute. I saw
So
both
I'm a
of
big
those
Margaret
this
Qualley
weekend.
fan. I'm a love her. Okay, also, I went to see Maxine.
Okay.
Okay, so I've heard mixed reviews.
Okay, MAXXXINE, Maxine, triple X, and of course, this is the third movie in the trilogy of movies that Ty West has done. He did X, where they were making a porn movie and they were all getting killed. It was like very much like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Then he made Pearl, which is about the main killer in the first movie when she was young, and that was like a film noir in color. It was like I love what he's doing with these.
Okay.
So this one, Maxine, is so Italian. It's so giallo. Do you know the term giallo? Erin, I see you nodding.
Oh yeah.
Giallo
Yeah,
is a type of Italian horror film that was made in the late 70s, early 80s, based on these novels that were printed on cheap yellow paper. Giallo means yellow. That's Italian for yellow. It's very giallo. The killer always has black leather gloves. You never see the face. Everything is bright colors and
suspense.
it's y'all. It was so much fun. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. If you like horror movies, if you only feel like horror movies, it was really, really fun.
We gotta watch this. Hey, did you end up seeing that Long Legs movie that came out?
I saw Long Legs too. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God.
I've heard so many good things about it.
I have too. I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Okay. First of all, when I went to see, Kinds of Kindness.
You get to the movies so much.
Well, here's the thing.
Right.
I have an
Stick
Alamo
around.
season pass, which is $20 a month. You can go see a movie every day.
That's
I know.
awesome.
If there was an Alamo and Kyle, I would totally.
Right?
Get your movie.
I would recommend it if you had one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only thing
Nice.
is you got to be careful. You don't buy a bunch of food and drink while you're there. Otherwise, you're going to spend lots of extra money, But sometimes I'll just go and have a glass of water,
Right.
I'll try to eat before I go there. I'll eat there once a
Smart.
week, maybe. But I usually go 2 or 3 times a week to see a movie
That's
because there's always
great.
movies coming in. So, Kinds of Kindness, there were only 2 people in the theater, me and this other guy, and it just so happens that we were 2 seats away from each other.
Hey,
Instead of sitting in opposite, we were like,
an intimate setting.
At first, we're just trying to be like, respectful. But then we keep laughing, and finally we start looking at each other. It's like, this is hilarious.
Cool.
So when I got to leave, the guy's like, was that a trip and a half or what? I'm like, that was a trip and a half, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then when I went to see Maxine, the theater was full. My neighbor Trish, and the theater was full. Everybody was, really into it. I'm telling you, if you like this kind of movie, this is up there. This is at the top of the list. They really did a good job on this. I think he's done a really good job with these 3 movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exciting. Okay. So, speaking of movies that are well known,
this one is pretty well known.
we are getting into a movie that is quite controversial, actually, even with the director. Yeah. Let's start talking about our movie from 1971. It is from Stanley Kubrick, A Clockwork Orange.
There was me, that is Alex, and my 3 droogs, that is Pete, Georgie, and Dim. And we sat in the Korova milk bar trying to make up our razoo-docs what to do with the evening. The Korova milk bar sold Milk Plus, which is what we were drinking. This would sharpen you up and make you ready for a bit of the old ultra-violence.
Hi there, my little droogies.
The evening's the great time, isn't it, Alex boy?
He's enterprising, aggressive, young, bold, vicious. He'll do.
Who on earth could that be?
Now it was lovely music that came to my aid, a bit of the old Ludwig van.
Pretty well, little brother. Pretty well. It'll be your own torture. I hope to God it'll torture you to madness. Stop it, please, I beg you! Food, all right. Great, sir, great. Try the wine.
Oh, it was gorgeousness and gorgeosity made flesh.
And we are back to discuss, after a very long and fun break, I might add. We are back to discuss A Clockwork Orange from 1971, directed by Stanley Kubrick, who talk about famous directors. 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Shining, Doctor Strangelove. He's done all these incredible movies. And what's amazing about his movies is how different they all are from each other. None of them are similar. And yet, when you watch them, you get his perspective somehow. We can talk about that somewhere later. And actually, I don't know if we can talk about it because we haven't ever talked about the other movie. This is his first movie we've ever discussed. First of all, it stars Malcolm McDowell, who, talk about a performance.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like the movie or not.
Through the whole movie, I kept seeing, is it Evan Peters, or what's that guy's name from?
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters. He looks just like Evan Peters. Evan Peters looks like him. Right, watch him. There's different parts like, oh, dude, that is so Evan Peters, man.
Keith,
yeah.
You know what? I think and I'll bet you any amount of money. If you talk to Evan Peters, he would say he was inspired by Malcolm McDowell. I'll bet you money.
Oh, wow.
Bet you money on that.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that, but you're right.
This was like his breakout role, Malcolm.
Well, he was already pretty famous.
He had been in something else that
a movie called If.
Kubrick saw. Yeah, If.
He was in a movie called If, where Kubrick's like, okay, this is the kid I want. Mm-hmm. This is the kid that can play this part.
Got to know
and
better.
If is also a really interesting film, another British film that I recommend watching. Quick summary. A Clockwork Orange is a 1971 dystopian crime film adapted, produced, and directed by Stanley Kubrick, pardon me, sir, based on Anthony Burgess's 1962 novel of the same name. And Erin, I know you like this book a lot, don't you?
Oh, I love this book. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I know you've read the book. It employs disturbing, violent images to comment on psychiatry, juvenile delinquency, youth gangs, and other social, political, and economic subjects in a very dystopian near-future Britain. Okay. So, Erin, you read the book. Had you seen the movie?
So I read the book in high school. It was part of our assigned reading.
Wow, are you seeing assigned reading?
Remember,
that's cool.
Remember when
the good old days?
Real art?
The good old days. The good old days.
Actually let you learn things.
Now it's banned. Carla about that. I was like, oh my God! I read this in high school, and
that's
I was
amazing.
That's
amazing.
And because I always read the book first, and then I watched the movie. And so
I did it backwards this time.
So I actually had read it in high school. I read it again in college, and then I decided when we were doing this this podcast, I decided to reread it, and so I read it this past week. And so it is so interesting, the perspective on it, because when I read it the first time, I was actually the age of Alex, and like how he was during that time.
Okay.
And so,
how old is he? Is he like 18, 19?
He's like 16. He's 16. He's like 15 or 16.
Okay.
And because at the end of the book, he's 18. And all of it is like at the end. And then actually, just speaking of the book, when it was released in Britain, everywhere else, it had 21 chapters. And so it was re-released in United States. It only had 20 because the publisher was like, the last chapter was too happy and fairy tale for the publisher, so he cut it out. And because it was actually published in 62, where it was right around the time of Vietnam happening and stuff, and so they said it was too Kennedyan, like too much like Kennedy, and they were looking for a Nixonian type of book where it was more like tough. You had to be tough. You had to be ready for evil in the world and stuff, and they didn't want a happy ending. So but Burgess was like so down on his luck. He's like, you know what? I need money. Just fine, publish it. And so it's different because at the end of the book, it totally hits different than the end of the movie.
That's what I've heard.
Totally hits different.
Yeah. And then when I read the book, I was like, okay, actually, I didn't read the book. I listened to the Audible version of the book, actually, to be honest.
That counts. That still counts.
I find that to me, it's just easier to listen now than to actually read it.
Right.
For a lot of people, I mean, we're just so busy and stuff. I mean, this book is 186 pages, and it was like I was trying to find time to read. It was like
so while I'm walking the dog and doing stuff, I listen, or vacuuming even or something. I listen to a book, because otherwise I don't have time to. Also, okay, not all books, but okay, and I'm talking like the old boomer that I am right now. These damn tiny print in these books. I have to use a magnifying glass to read it. I was like, oh my God, okay, this is boring.
With that. So it was just interesting to reread it as an adult.
Yeah.
And
isn't it amazing to revisit books? Because my favorite novel in the world is To Kill a Mockingbird. That is my favorite novel.
And I read that one in grade school. And
see, I did too. I did too.
Outsiders
required
and
now, and oh my God, y'all, you got it. If I haven't recommended this before, I'm sure I have, but I'm gonna do it again. Okay, on Audible, listen to Kill a Mockingbird, read by Sissy Spacek.
Ooh.
She is Scout. She is, I mean, her accent, everything is perfect. She is Scout. It's like you're listening to that little girl tell you the story of her life.
That's cool.
It's remarkable. Okay. So
I mean, it was just, but you see why a lot of how Burgess was upset with this movie, because it just,
he was not happy.
Like, this was like his throwaway book. He even says, like, in his intro to the book when it was republished in '86 with the actual chapter 21 in it, that how important 21 was for him, because it was actually broken up in 3 parts, 7 chapters. And so he was like saying that 21 chapters was the age of being grown up. When you actually were able to vote and everything. So it was back then.
Vote, drink, everything.
So it was very important age. And so he just was upset with the movie, because he's like, God, now this book is just part of me. And he was like, it was just supposed to be like a throwaway. It's like when you do a famous painting when you're a teenager and that's all you're known for, and your whole life's work is just not known.
Stanley Kubrick, the director, was horrified by what he thought was a realization that he was causing violence in the world because of this movie. And he had
why he pulled it from
he pulled his movie from distribution, because he's like, no, I feel like I've done a bad thing. And I will never, ever, ever agree that movies make people kill people.
I don't think so.
Those people were going to do it anyway. They may do it a little differently because of this, but trust me, they were going to do it.
There was violence already.
There
was violence already happening during that time. They just had a uniform or a costume to wear when this movie came out. That's all it was. And so
you can't.
Then they blamed it on the movie.
I'm sorry, you can't blame movies for a person killing another person. That person intended to do that. They were just looking for an excuse to use to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, what do you think, Keith?
Well, I have never seen this movie. I heard of it. Obviously, it's a pretty popular movie.
No, I mean, what do you think about movies
that might be the reason why people commit crime?
Do you think movies inspire people to commit crime? Let me ask you that real quick. Let me do that to you there. I think it's really interesting.
I think you're very right in the sense that, the people have ingrained in them this the ability to produce crime in themselves. Yeah. And I think maybe it could be a small catalyst or something that kind of sparks it. But I think you're right. I think you can't blame something on social media, on the movie, on
art.
I think you said it perfectly. It sparks it. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
right. Maybe
like-
just sparks it.
Well, then that makes me think, well, then should they not do it? I'm like, well, no, because it doesn't spark it in me. It's
Right. Oh.
No,
It's
I
not
mean,
like right.
just all these other movies. I like Chainsaw Massacre. I didn't want to go out and
Right.
chainsaw everybody.
Well,
else.
can't wait to go out and chase a girl down through the cornfield with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yeah, same here. I mean, we've all been watching these horrific movies our entire lives, and we've never had the inkling to go out and commit any crazy murder.
No,
So,
and I've
Yeah.
probably seen every serial killer documentary out there, and
I have
I've
too.
never had the need to do
And it
it.
doesn't inspire me to go
But I
out and
just-
do it.
I think that there is a loose screw in people, or they just grew. It depends on how they grew up too, where it's like they're just growing
And
up
y'all-
with hate, and they're just
Right.
like, you know what, F
It's
it.
so
Like,
easy to point at this and say, oh, that's a trigger. No, anything could trigger these people.
anything.
Anything could trigger these people. So, okay. Anyway, back to the movie. Okay, so Alex DeLarge is the leader, like last time, Keith. Alex DeLarge, I love the names, Alex DeLarge. He's the leader of a gang of droogs, which are droogs are gang members. We got Georgie, Dim, and Pete. One night after getting intoxicated in that milk. Okay, the first scene of this
milk
movie,
bar. The milk bar.
Keith, what'd you think?
What? I'm like shocked. Like they're drinking milk. Wait, no, this is like milk that's like it's like infused
Alcohol.
with something,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No,
Just
I
alcohol.
think it has.
Kinda
No,
like-
I don't think it's alcohol.
It's drugs,
I think
like
it's
psychedelics.
drugs. I think there's
I
something
thought it was
psychedelic in there.
that. I thought it was like
It's
some
basically like
liquid.
wine with CBD, but
I was thinking
Actual
LSD or
Yeah.
something in there that's making them flip out,
Mhm.
right? Because I knew it wasn't just milk, then the like cookies and cream,
You know it's not milk.
something, right? But it was
And of
strange
course,
too.
Those of
bringing
us
out
who
Oreos.
haven't, those of you who haven't watched, which you should always watch the movie beforehand because we're going to spoil everything. But if you haven't, the milk does come out of the breasts of these statues.
with a nozzle in between the crotch.
Yes.
Right.
And I'm telling you, the statues.
Nicely done.
I wish I could have one of these in my house. I would.
I'm surprised you don't. Like,
Well, if they're
The
around,
woman-
they are worth millions at this point.
I bet, right? Yeah. Get your cereal bowl of the morning, put it underneath the nipple.
Even replicas are probably worth thousands. It's like I would love to have one of these in my house. But anyway, they get the milk out of the bread. Anyway, okay, so go ahead. Okay.
But it's crazy. I love the opening scene when it's that
It
iconic
zooms
like
in
death
slowly.
stare that he
Yeah.
has. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
beautifully
He's got a
done.
look.
He
He's got a look.
sets the tone for the entire film in that first scene, just zooming in slowly.
And you know what's interesting is that what inspired the outfits is that Malcolm actually came to the reading in a cricket uniform, and he actually had a blocker, like a crotch blocker on, and Cooper was like,
I like that.
That's
Let's
where
go
it
with that.
inspired from.
That's
Can
what
you
we're
bring me
going
3
with.
more of those?
Yep. So yeah,
And it kind of reminds me of the Warriors in that every group has their own
Yeah.
different fashion theme. Hey, Paul, even though I didn't really like the Warriors, but thanks, Paul. Warriors come out to play. No, I love the scene that zoom in on his face, and everybody's just so dead, and you just see this like
they're
this.
just looped.
There's a sense already of dread about everything. You know what I mean? Everything
Yeah,
doesn't,
before you
it
even
already
get out on the
doesn't feel good.
streets.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it already doesn't feel good. So then after they get messed up on the quote milk, they engage in an evening of ultra violence, which includes beating a vagrant and then fighting with the rival gang. Okay, when we get to the rival gang, and hey, Kelly, have to say hi to Kelly. Kelly can't stand movies where animals are tortured, even if it's fake.
Right.
I don't like rape in movies,
Yeah.
and yet,
That's same with Carla. Mhm.
and yet, see, and Carla, honey, I'm with you. But this movie, I still love this movie, even though rape comes up again and again in this movie.
Yeah.
But the way it's used, go ahead.
Well, it's just interesting because it's almost like the killer that you don't see. You know it's happening, but they don't like really show it. The only time that they really showed is when they're showing Alex the videos, like of the
Yes.
violence and everything
Yes.
like that. That's really the only time that they actually show the rape.
Uh-huh.
But you know that it happens in with the opening scene. I mean, even the homeless man when they're beating him up, his dialogue just tells you what's going on in the whole world.
Oh my
Saying
God,
that there's
yes.
not enough police around. And so
Yes.
it's like that's such an important scene. And he's like, well, why don't you like this world? And he's like, it's all violent. There's no order. And he's like, just take me out. Like, I don't want to be in this world anymore. And you see that especially when they go to they beat this gang in a theater, which is so
Yes.
interesting because Alex is such
It's
like
kind of
loves
meta.
classical music.
It's
Yeah,
kind of meta, yeah.
it's like what used to be. There used to be class. There
Yes.
used to be music. There used to
Yes.
be art where it was appreciated in this theater. And then
Okay.
now you go into this theater and it's just
Yeah.
graffiti,
Trash.
violence
Wasteland,
happening,
yeah.
and wasteland. Yeah, trash.
Right.
And it just shows like what it's turned into because of these gangs and these droogs who in the book it states that it's basically 4 to 6 people in your gang and you just like fight like that. And it's just known, and police don't. There's not enough police to keep it under control, so they just rule the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all interesting that it's all violence until Alex goes to jail, and then all of a sudden when he gets out, you don't see those things. You don't see the graffiti on the street. You don't see the even the home.
Right.
There's no
Right.
penises on the art or anything. So it's just
everything's cleaned up. It's all cleaned up.
and it's very much like with the brain, like with his brainwash. And so maybe really it's not so much like
what was
the world
really there, but what he thought
was
it was.
perceived.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
Take.
all he
This
knew was
movie,
the violence.
I'm telling
That's all
you,
it was.
every time I watch this movie, I get a different perspective on it. It's
Yes,
it's
I
really
totally agree. When I
it's
saw
really
this
amazing
as
to me.
a high schooler, it's just totally different than when I saw it now. And
Right?
it's totally interesting.
It's so different. They drive to the country home of the writer. His name is Frank Alexander. And they trick his wife into letting them inside. And this is the singing in the rain scene. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They beat him up, and it's another rape scene. It's another rape scene.
Right, man. We're like 20 minutes in. Here we go.
So freaking iconic.
It's all violence.
Well, here's the thing. When they were filming it, it wasn't working. Stanley Kubrick said, "This is not working." And he turned to Malcolm McDowell and said, "Can't believe this. Can you dance?" So, yes, I can dance. Okay, well, let's film it with you dancing. So Malcolm McDowell just on the spot starts singing in the rain. It just came out of nowhere. This came out of nowhere. And it is probably one of the most iconic moments in this movie of all.
Yeah.
That scene with him singing in the rain. It just, the way he used and that was totally on the spot, y'all. That was totally improv. It was out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it was totally interesting too because in the book, the guy who was typing on the typewriter, he actually was writing a book called Clockwork Orange, and so he actually in the book, Alex reads some of the book that he was writing, and he was just like, well, what is this about? Mocking him about it, and he's like, it's exactly what's happening right now. This is a Clockwork Orange.
Wow.
And so it's kind of it hits harder in the book. That's why I love the book more than the movie. But the message is more clear in the book than actually what a Clockwork Orange is.
Yeah. It's they don't really address it in the movie.
No, they don't.
But Kubrick is famous for not doing what was in the book, Hello, The Shining.
Well, and you said earlier that he just has different styles. I mean, he totally directed Malcolm totally different than he did Shelley Duvall in The Shining. And
absolutely.
In this, Malcolm,
R.I.P. Shelley Duvall.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
In the making of this movie, when they were doing the run-throughs and the readings and everything, Malcolm was like, hey, what is Alex? How do you want Alex portrayed and everything? And Kubrick told him, that's why I hired you. That's all he told him. He didn't really, that was all the direction that he really gave him.
The way he over-controlled or under-controlled actors really shows up on screen. I mean, their performances are amazing. I still feel sorry for her, Shelley Duvall, the way he treated her in The Shining.
She got a brunt of it. She got. I mean,
he was really mean to her.
And Malcolm like says in a documentary that he was like, I liked Kubrick. I liked talking to him, and he just like we spent months together before we actually started production, and he just got to know him and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But Shelley Duvall was a woman too. Kubrick.
But other women. Well, you know what? When I think of his other movies, there really aren't. I mean, it's like he did 2001, A Space Odyssey,
Doctor Strangelove.
He did Doctor Strangelove.
Uh-huh.
He did what was the one about the 17 with Ryan O'Neal. I can't think of it now. It was a movie set, in fact, and that was the movie where he only used candles to light the scene because he said they only had candles back then, so I'm only going to use candles. Barry Lyndon. That's it. Barry Lyndon. Yeah. These all starred men. Especially like Dr. Strangelove was almost all men.
Yeah, I am looking at his work right now. You know how we always say IMDb never gives anything except like a 7.2, 7.3. Every single one of his movies is above 8.0.
Yeah.
Every single one.
I'm
that is unheard of.
He
Full
doesn't
Metal Jacket,
have
8.3.
He doesn't have a long list of movies that he did over the years. Not as long as other people that worked as long as he did. But I'm telling you, every single one of them is
quantity. It's about quality. Yeah,
it's quality. I mean, these movies are something else.
And,
I do collect his movies myself, so I'm just to say.
Yeah, I mean, but you could also make the argument that was Shelley really ready for that role in The Shining? Because I mean, she's Olive, like she's from Popeye,
she's Olive.
It's just
and she was adorable in that. Adorable in that.
I think that she was too. She was twiggy. She was too soft for the role that Kubrick was trying to get out of her.
I'm
sorry. She wasn't great in it. But...
I blame him. I blame Kubrick.
Oh,
I think
100%.
Yeah, I blame him. I'm like, dude, you could have. She's a great actor. You could have got that performance without traumatizing her. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Right. You could have got that performance. You didn't have to traumatize her.
But it's also the argument: is it worth it? Like, at what point is it really worth to break somebody that much?
Yeah. I don't. Oh God, we're on a whole different movie now.
She could have done it. She could have screamed. Yeah, it's just totally different.
Okay, well, after this
he
horrible
just has different
thing,
directing styles.
Yeah. So let's go back to the movie. After this horrible things happen, Alex goes back to school the next day. He's a high school kid. It just kills me that this high school kid is out here living this weird life. He's approached by his probation officer, who knows what you've been doing. It's like, you better be careful. But the probation officer is also creepy.
Totally creepy.
Yeah, totally.
What
creepy.
is that all about?
I'm like, are you gay? Are you coming on to him?
He's
what
a
are you
pedo.
doing?
He's a pedo. He's a pedophile, man.
I mean, he made me want to
Full-blown
puke. I'm
pedo.
just gonna say, he just made me want to puke. That's all.
Yeah, it was really creepy.
I'm like, okay,
super
get out.
creepy.
But I love Alex is like, yeah, whatever, I can handle you.
Yeah. But when he drinks the water with the teeth in it, I swear I could just hear you laughing at that, Jay.
And you're right, I did every time. So later on, Alex invades the home of a wealthy cat lady, and he bludgeons her with this big phallic that phallic sculpture. I can't remember. Was that in the book?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't as.
That was not in the book, was it?
The book wasn't as sexual as much as it was violent.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, because this was like, I love whoever designed this thing. I want one in my house. It's hilarious. When you tip it, it just keeps rocking back and forth.
I couldn't blame him for like playing with it when he was just like.
It's like, I'm straight, but I gotta touch the stick. I can't help it.
Yeah, he's like. I mean, the set designs and the colors used and everything. When he goes into the record store.
Kubrick is so good about that stuff. He's so good about that stuff. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see what happens next. My notes are getting messed up. So He gets sentenced to 14 years in prison for murder.
Jeez.
Because a woman died from her injuries from when he attacked her. So 14 years in prison, but 2 years into the sentence. Yeah. 2 years into the sentence, Alex takes up an offer to be a test subject for the Minister of the Interior's new, and I'm going to try this right, Ludovico a technique. Mm-hmm. It's it's Ludovico.
Yeah.
Ludovico. It's an aversion therapy for rehabilitating criminals within 2 weeks. And so this is when another iconic scene, he's strapped to a chair. His eyes are clamped open by these metal things, and he is injected with drugs. Okay. While this was happening, the man standing next to him was a real doctor that was literally giving him painkillers so it wouldn't hurt, so it wouldn't be painful for him. Literally,
every 15 seconds.
Yeah,
that was real.
I'm not kidding you, Aaron. I knew you knew about this.
And so, but actually,
That's
when
crazy.
they put on the clamps, they scratched his retina, Malcolm's retina, and he was temporarily blind.
Yes,
because of that. And but it was a real physician who was dropping every 15 seconds.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but it was. This is how invested Malcolm McDowell was in this part in this movie. He's like, I'm going to do this,
Seriously.
Yeah. And of course, while he's watching all these films of sex and violence, most of which have the music of his favorite composer, Ludwig van Beethoven, playing in the background. He loves Beethoven, Beethoven's music is featured greatly in this film.
Right.
So he starts getting nauseated by this, and he's like, if this is going to make me sick if I listen to Beethoven, so please stop.
Yeah, he's like, stop ruining it. Like,
stop ruining Beethoven for me. You can ruin sex for me. Don't ruin Beethoven for me. You know. Yeah,
that's a good point. It's like you can ruin violence, you can ruin sex. Don't ruin the. It was like the ninth concerto.
So 2 weeks later, the minister demonstrates his rehabilitation to a gathering of officials. Alex he's not able to fight back against an actor who taunts and attacks him. And when he sees a topless woman, he wants to throw up. He's like, okay, sex and violence make me ill now. You did your job.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the prison chaplain says, well, he's been robbed of his own free will.
He's
And
got
the
a
minister
point.
says, no, the Ludovico technique will cut crime and alleviate crowding in prisons. That's all we care
Well,
about.
they both have a good point. I mean, obviously, you don't want to take away the freedom of someone else, but when that person has done bad things with the freedom of choice, then maybe choices should be limited.
Well, I mean,
See how this makes you think?
Yes.
Well, it's almost like the rapists who they have chemical castration for, or pedophiles that they have chemical castration for.
Yes.
That they're like, I have no free will.
Right.
Take it away from me.
Right. Then we're taking it away from you.
But,
Right. Yeah.
but then should it be taken away? Maybe it should. I love what this movie brings up. I love how this movie makes you think about this stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, certainly.
He is then released from prison because they don't think he's a harm to anybody anymore. But he finds out that the police have sold all of his possessions to provide compensation to his victims, and his parents have left him out of his room. He's like on his own. So he finds an older vagrant who he attacked years earlier, and vagrant and his friends attack him. So it's all this karma coming back
to him.
Coming back.
It was so interesting if you notice in that scene that, like I said before, that the streets are cleaned up.
Yeah.
Like everything's more cleaned up.
Graffiti.
Right.
There's no more trash.
Yeah, and which is interesting because Dim and Georgie then are police officers.
Yes. He's saved by these two cops who turn out to be his old droogs. His old Dim and Georgie. They drive him out to the countryside. They beat him up and they nearly drowned him before they abandoned him. And then he barely makes it to this doorstep of a nearby house before he falls apart. And guess what house it is?
Of course, it's the writer's house. It all comes
Mr.
back.
Alexander.
And fun fact: the guy, his helper, the one who carries Alex in, he's actually the actor Darth Vader in the original Star Wars.
Oh no,
Darth Vader in the suit.
Okay, that
cool.
I did not know. That's fun.
Cool.
That's fun. Well, when Alex wakes up, he finds himself in the house of Mr. Alexander, who, he attacked him and his wife years ago.
He doesn't recognize him though, right? Because he had that mask on.
Yeah, that mask on.
He didn't recognize him right away.
Right.
And now Alexander's in a wheelchair because of what happened. He's refined to a wheelchair. Yeah.
And his wife is replaced with some bodybuilder, strangely.
Yes. Yes, which I loved. I thought was hilarious. Alex doesn't recognize Alex from the previous attack, but knows him from the Ludovico techniques in the newspapers. Well, when he sees and realizes the music and he realizes who it is, he's like, oh, I'm going to use him as a weapon. So while bathing, Alex sings Singing in the Rain, and Alex is like, oh, that's
of course he can't forget
that's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was something that was not in the original script, but they decided that would work. And
I like it. I think it does too. Yeah. It's getting good.
So with help from his colleagues, Alex drugs Alex. Alexander, they're both Alex.
Yeah.
Alexander drugs Alex, excuse me, locks him in the upstairs bedroom. Then he plays Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and Alex.
I just love that scene with the speakers just like
the speakers just up, just blasting him out, and it's making him ill and sick, and he tries to kill himself by jumping out the window. Alex survives this, though. He wakes up in the hospital with multiple injuries. Well, while giving a series of psychological tests, he finds out that he's no longer averted to sex and violence. It seems to have gone away. I'm back where I was.
Crazy what a concussion will do, right?
Yep.
So the minister arrives and he apologizes to Alex. He says the government has made Mr. Alexander institutionalized. He's obviously an evil man who tortured you, did horrible things. Oh, thank you. Oh, thanks for. So he offers to take care of Alex, get him a job in return for his cooperation with his education campaign and the public relations counteroffensive. So
that whole scene where he's like feeding Alex and how Alex is chewing. And
the way Alex is like, more. I'm ready for more. I love that scene. Malcolm McDowell. We can talk about it some more later.
Yeah.
As a sign of goodwill, the minister brings in a stereo system playing Beethoven's Ninth, and Alex then contemplates violence and has vivid thoughts of having sex with a woman in front of an approving crowd. And he's thinking, "Yep, I'm cured, all right."
Oh my gosh!
He's back to his old self again. Hallelujah. Let the trumpets play. It's like, okay.
Back at square one.
This is the end. Boom. Okay. The first time I saw this movie in the theater, I've seen it twice on the big screen. The first time I saw this movie in the theater, the last scene of him with the girl on the floor having sex was cut out. And the audience booed.
Oh, really? The
audience obviously were fans and knew what they were supposed to see.
Did not get their money's worth.
My friend and I were looking at each other like, what are they booing about? Well, then we found out later on, someone on the lobby, someone saying they cut out the last scene. They cut out the whole last scene. They made it look like he never got better. They were really pissed.
Yeah.
So we talked about how Malcolm McDowell's eyes were anesthetized. Did I say that right? Anesthetized? That's hard to say.
Yeah, actually, that is a hard word to say.
No, it's even harder to type. But anyway, I'm trying to see if I have any news I haven't talked about already. The Singing in the Rain. I already talked about Singing in the Rain. They ended up having to spend $10,000 to use the song in the movie. Yeah, and
worth it.
Yes, but Gene Kelly was not happy about the way they used his song.
I'm sure he wasn't.
He was not happy about it. The snake in the movie, Basil, was introduced into the film by Stanley Kubrick when he found out Malcolm McDowell had a fear of reptiles. And they wanted to make Malcolm McDowell's character seem more intimidating, but it really funked in. Mostly it was just a practical joke from Kubrick. Guess what? You have to work with a snake. Ha.
Oh, God.
Critics' views on release. A Clockwork Orange was met with mixed reviews. Vincent Canby, who I really enjoy reading from the New York Times. I don't like the New York Times anymore, but I like him. He praised the film. McDowell is splendid as tomorrow's child, but it is always Mr. Kubrick's picture, which is even technically more interesting than 2001. Erin, do you like 2001 better? Or I think I like 2001 better than this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I like 2001 better
I think so
than
also.
this movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
Keith.
and it just depends on what your pleasure is.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's
Keith, have you
different.
seen 2001: A Space
No,
Odyssey?
no, I've
Okay.
not seen that one.
Aaron, do you want to come back and talk about that
Let's
one
do it.
sometime?
All right,
Because
put it in the
Keith,
books.
I'm telling you,
Put it
that's
in the
on my
books.
list for you, buddy.
Okay.
You got to
Do
say
it.
that. Okay. Roger Ebert gave A Clockwork Orange 2 stars out of 4, calling it an ideological mess. And in her New Yorker review titled Stanley Strangelove, I love that title, Pauline Kael called it pornographic because of how it dehumanized Alex's victims. I see that.
Yeah.
Because they were dehumanized, but I didn't think of it as pornographic as much as just a social comment on how these people don't care about anybody. You know what I mean?
There were some parts where I felt that, like the one where he picks up those 2 girls and takes them back to his place and then it's like, like,
and then zoom. Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Right. Right. A lot of zooming though. That was a
lot of zooming.
A lot of zooming.
And not like this zooming.
Not this kind of zoom, right?
Okay, the scores, IMDb 8.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't see that
That's
often.
big.
Amazon Prime, 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Okay, this surprises me. Rotten Tomatoes, tomato meter, 86%, which is a really good score.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
For critics. Audience score, 93%.
Do you think expect it to be higher?
I expected the critic score to be higher than the audience score because of the rape and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I really thought people would be more offended by it than the critics were. So I'm a man of the people by accident.
Right. Uh-huh.
I mean,
People.
you kind of get to the point of how desensitized we are with sex, and so it's kind of like maybe it wasn't so jarring as much as if it was just violence, which in the book it was more violence than it was sexual.
Yeah.
I mean, mostly in the book, what they talk about the sex is the old in out, like that's
and I
that's
think
about it, but
seeing it is so different than reading it, because basically that was it, but when you see it, it's a whole different
it's a whole different story. But they kind of make it so in your face from the start with all the table, the statues, that everything is so sexualized. And on the wall,
they also through their rape scene though, they combine sex and crime together, and violence and crime,
which is rape.
Right, exactly. So I think I'm sure they pushed the envelope for 1971. I'm trying to kind of put myself back in 50 something 60 years ago to try to get an idea of was the world ready for a movie like this at the time. I felt like it really pushed the envelope for its time.
Well, I mean, if you think back in the 70s, it wasn't really considered that much that rape was such an offensive thing. So if you think back in the 70s,
it was commonplace.
It
was commonplace.
It didn't get the attention it deserved. You know what I mean?
It wasn't really considered.
And you're absolutely correct.
It was considered that the woman actually wanted it, or she
was a subservient.
And they were supposed to be ashamed to talk about it, which is so disgusting now.
Well, and men had positions of power that they took advantage of women who were below them, and
and all women were below them back then.
A lot of bad things. Right. A lot of bad things.
Just a friend of mine the other day posted, 50 years ago, women had to have a man's signature to get a credit card.
That's crazy.
Think about that. You had to have a man's signature to get a credit card because they wouldn't let a woman get a credit card.
So stupid.
That's 50 years ago, y'all. That's in my lifetime.
I know.
It's like, holy crap.
Yeah. I have the right to have credit card debt too.
Thank you. Damn it. Thank
you. Well, my dad,
you go, girl.
My dad was talking about how when he was in high school is when they had begun to allow different races to come to they had segregation was in our lifetime.
Yes,
crazy.
It's in my lifetime. It blows my mind.
It is
how things have changed. Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still a long,
We
still
have
a long
gotten
way
onto
to go,
so
man.
many different
I know.
conversations
Well, I
today.
mean, that's the whole point of this whole.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why
yeah.
I'm here to hang out with y'all and talk and have fun. So there you go. Okay, well, contact info real quick. You can find us online. Our podcast is on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Prime, wherever you get your podcast. You can find us. We're there.
That's right.
Wherever you do find your podcast, please subscribe to us and leave a rating. Hopefully a high one, but even if not, just leave a rating, because if you leave a rating or a comment, it helps people join the party, and we really want more people to join us, because now there are millions of famous people doing podcasts out there now, and it's like,
oh, I thought you were gonna say there's millions of fans that we have. Like, I can't leave the house without somebody noticing me. Aren't you?
At least 5 or 6 people. I'm not lying. At least 5 or 6. So please contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. Okay, so Keith is going to let me pick another movie for next time.
Throw it at me, Jay. You're on a roll, man. You're on a roll.
I am really, really hoping that because this is kind of sudden. I'm hoping they're available. Next time I want to do a movie. Okay, we've done Psycho and we've done Psycho 2. Right?
Right.
Okay. Great. And Psycho came out in 1960. Mm-hmm. And our friends Elle and Brent Harrison were on both of those episodes. By the way, I had brunch with them the other day. Oh my God, I had so much fun. She made me cheesecake with. Oh my gosh, she made this cheesecake with pistachios. It was like,
oh wow,
yeah, I'll post a picture.
Delightful.
Oh, it's so yummy. Anyway, they are going to join us. The movie is called Peeping Tom.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay, the movie came out in 1960, the same year as Psycho, when Hitchcock did Psycho. This director is also British. His name is Michael Powell. And we'll talk about how both of these movies affected their careers when we record this next time. Yes, it's
interesting. Okay.
It's really interesting how things went different ways. Yes.
Okay.
Well, until then, first of all, we got to say, Erin Casteneda, thank you so much for being on, sweetie.
No, thank you so much for inviting me.
Our really pleasure. Enjoyed,
always. It's always so much fun just to hang out with you and talk about this stuff. I just love it so. Please give Carla a big smooch and a hug for me.
Yes, will do.
And Keith, give Liza and Carissa big smooches and hugs for me.
Of course.
Have fun with your family too.
I sure will. Thank you. Yeah. Good times.
Okay. So until our next episode, which is going to be, oh my God, Keith, we're coming up on our 8th anniversary.
Believe it or not, man, we are just rolling
We're
through
coming
these
up on
years,
our 8th
right?
anniversary. That is crazy. Okay. Well, until next time, episode number 207, I'm Jay Bullington.
And I'm Keith Carsino.
Keep watching those movies.
Bye-bye. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay.